if one has an understanding of the escalation, 9,000% increase in rhino poaching in the last 8 years in South Africa alone, it will be remiss of us and irresponsible of SANParks Foundation to not see how it can be of assistance and help with this crisis.
In response to the rhino poaching crisis, SANParks, together with various partners, agreed to launch a multifaceted program. A program that tackles rhino poaching across the entire value chain, tackling issues of supply, operational support on the ground, disrupting trafficking, and of course, demand reduction.
Here at Stellenbosch University, we are at the CT scanning facility. We're trying to find out the microstructure of rhino horn in order to determine if fluid can move through rhino horn. People go into the field and they try to infuse rhino horn with material or liquids, but they don't know the fundamentals, that is, the material itself. Our task from SANParks were to study the horn and really find the fundamental answer of whether this can work or not.
The unfortunate thing is that the old ranger way of looking after these animals is not enough anymore. And we have to underpin this with good technology to actually be one step ahead of those poaching syndicates. We decided that we would be fitting these rapid response tracking devices. What it does is it changes the game for us. We have more time to respond properly and we have more time to follow up on incidents, and this will give us more success.
We're trying to use UAV technology to protect high-value species like rhino, and it's ready to offer air support to anti-poaching units on the ground.
The technology is great. It's taking us into a new level of law enforcement.
Field rangers are the front line. They're the bulletproof jacket of endangered species. We've had to add technology. We've had to add several other skills to create the confidence in the ranger because he's dealing with a highly aggressive poacher. In the end, we're going to have a really professionalized field ranger force looking after our national heritage.
In response to the rhino crisis in the Kruger National Park, we had to make profound interventions. The SANParks Foundation has been instrumental in the capacity building of the Ranger Corps. The SANParks Foundation bought vehicles and other means of mobility, night sight equipment. We needed accommodation, and yet again it was the SANParks Foundation that could help us out. We have a 1,000-kilometer perimeter, 350 kilometers of that with Mozambique. The close cooperation and the fruitful results we have from our relationship with the Limpopo National Park was facilitated to a large extent by the SANParks Foundation.
Enough is enough. The scale of wildlife crime is truly unacceptable.
We had to build something that helps national law enforcement authorities to hold to account perpetrators that lead and support these international criminal networks. And we had to develop something that, if need be, creates bite and pressure to authorities who are unwilling to act.
The issue that for me really that I take to heart is wildlife crime.
Wildlife Justice Commission has not only a unique accountability process, but also has the skills and the professionals to make it happen.
On a daily basis, we lose 3 rhino in South Africa alone, but many more are injured and many rhinos are orphaned.
The issue of rhino orphans is something that we've seen a major escalation with. Those animals are highly traumatized. It takes quite a lot of time and effort now to get those animals rescued, raised, and ultimately to release them back into a free-range situation. The assistance we're getting from PeaceParks Foundation to assist with those problems has been absolutely essential, and we would require that assistance for quite a while still, simply because this problem is not going to go away in the next 2 or 3 years.
This issue is a now issue, it's a today issue. It's not something we can wait 10 years down the line or 25 years down the line. We've got to do something right now. And that's why I truly believe that one way is through the children. So we started with a crazy idea of trying to raise the awareness.
And we came up with the idea for the Wild Rhino competition, drew attention to the fact that we were going to select some of the older kids to do a trail. We brought them out from Vietnam to the Wilderness Leadership School.
It's been an amazing experience. It was more than I had ever hoped it would be.
It's saddened me how they were so small, just like us, and they already lost their parents.
I feel ashamed, to be honest. I just feel so emotional, and then I just sometimes I hate being Vietnamese people, you know. Some stupid people, and then just ruin it.
It does seem like a drop of sand on a long sandy beach, but I know that what we do now has a direct effect on results.
Because every single rhino that you save at the end of the day matters.